Happy Monday to everyone. I'm not dead yet, so I'm doing another live Facebook, not in the cockpit of a 1998 Forerunner, but in fact, I'm actually in an office. I know this kind of looks like what you've probably seen in the last couple of months with a bunch of crap behind me stacked to the gills. But the difference to all of this crap, um, stacked to the gills, is that it's all enclosed in a single space. I have privacy. I am currently on a lunch break. I actually took a sign that says lunch on it and taped it to my door. So I'm hoping nobody bothers me for at least the next 20 minutes while I go ahead and give you guys an update on what's going on. So currently, as I mentioned, today is the first day of school, which in my case is kind of a place to sit down and take a break for a little bit. As you guys know, it's been a very difficult summer for me, and there were just a lot of things that were happening that weren't in my best interest, and a lot of people who wanted to throw me under the bus for minor mistakes that honestly really didn't matter in the long run. And it's unfortunate when you're part of an organization that is so knee deep in its own junk that it's going to find everybody and everything to try to find a scapegoat, and it's really annoying. But on a bright note, all of my I's are dotted and my T's are crossed, and if anybody asks me anything, I have paper trails for days. So I'm really not worried about that part of my position. But it is really unfortunate that I'm coming into the school year thinking I just need to do what I can at the minimum to just keep my position, or at least keep the people that want to off me off my back. So this is kind of where we are. So currently it's 12:27, and it's not too bad of a setup right now. Currently, I've just kind of been nonchalantly setting stuff up. I have a bunch of these MacBook Airs that are now upgraded to OS X or Mac OS Sierra, which is the current one. They were all stuck on Mac OS OS X Yosemite, and that was kind of a problem. So being two versions of an operating system behind was a bit of an issue. So one of the things that I was doing during my lunch, during the time that I'm kind of sitting idle, I'm always doing something behind the scenes, is setting up these laptops and then also creating a bunch of Google Slides material that I have to show all of these advisory students coming in, because there's a lot of new setup and brand new sixth graders that are coming in and have no idea how to run any Chromebooks or anything like that. And before I get asked about, oh, can you create some Google slide on how to get these kids to log in, I'm like, I'm just going to get it over with. I've come to the realization that when it comes to just creating material, I have to do this ahead of time, and I know for a fact that all the material that I create I can keep, and I'm going to just hoard. So when it's my turn to leave this place, I will have all this material and all of this arsenal to pass on to somebody else. Eugene, how you doing? The middle school that I'm at is called Alliance College Ready Middle Academy No. 4. It is on the corner of 98th and Main in South LA, so really close to the 110-105 interchange. So that's where I am right now. It took over a year since I started here to actually get an office with privacy. This is also the first time that I'm in an office where I don't have to crawl under a table to get to my chair. Even though it does look like I'm kind of crammed in a hole right here. I know the camera doesn't really help here, but I'll just show you this. Yeah, that's pretty much what the behind me looks like. And then I have some more stuff going on here. That's more shelving. Now, mind you, is that just imagine all of this crap, but in maybe 2/3 of this space. So even though I still look like I'm in a can, I'm actually in a can that's not that bad. Now just to say, I'm really glad I have an office now, but it took them so long to do it. And then all of the extra, incidents that I've had that have not made me feel very welcome here. Like I said, keeping my options open. Anyone has any leads on anything, please let me know. I mean, as I've said before, they will get the best of what I can offer, but I am a limited time offer. So that's kind of my attitude toward this place. I never half-ass anything, and I never have, and I never will. So, and the people who've worked with me know that I don't. But just to lay it out there, I can say these kind of things, behind a closed door during my lunch break, because I can do whatever I want during a lunch break. And fortunately, I don't have to, you don't have to do that. So that's the deal. Oh, and an extra little fun times. So since I'm able to set up my own office, I was also able to set up a really fun little setup so that I don't just use the MacBook that I'm doing Facebook Live on for everything. I also have this really cool touchscreen Hewlett-Packard that is like 6, 7 years old, and no one knows how to use it, so I restored it. So now, not only do I have, this laptop to work with, if I look at my desk and my chips and everything else, I have an extra computer that's touchscreen, so I can do other, twisted things while I have another screen open. So I'm basically surrounded by computers. This is what I've made my IT office to be. It's kind of a glorious hodgepodge of craziness. Right before school started, I ended up getting a phone, so now they actually can call me. Yes, I still eat the hot fries, and yes, Miss M's 40 is available across the street at the liquor store. There's a liquor store across the street here. So I do have my hot fries. I have all that stuff. I'm going to be okay. So with that being said, going into the school year, I have 2 weeks left in this online class that I'm taking at Cal State Long Beach, and we're winding down into it. So I'm going to be spending the next several days kind of camped out at insert coffee shop, insert Panera, insert something here, and finishing all of these side assignments while somewhere in between trying to drive some Uber so I can make a few extra bucks. So that's kind of the deal with that. Oh, and if anyone's interested, I do have a hockey game this week. I didn't have one last Friday, but this Friday at Toyota Sports Center in El Segundo, I believe it's an earlier game. I'm going to double check my calendar right now. So if anyone's interested in watching a game, that is the 11th. That's at 9:15 p.m. So if you are interested in joining in and watching some hockey, 9:15 p.m., I'll be in net. Should be an entertaining time. So yeah, I got this snazzy shirt, ooh, cool, ECRMA 4, kind of a cool logo. Yes, it is based off of the Star Wars Jedi logo. When I first started here, we were a Star Wars themed school. We've kind of drifted away from that, but yeah, that is a bastardized logo of the Jedis. So it's kind of cute. So other things that have happened, I've changed the bell system, so now the bells actually sound like a nice crescendo or an arpeggio rather than a defaulted traditional bell. So we're trying to make the kids less scared of things. But I will say this though, it was kind of cute, but kind of sad at the same time. But I don't know what your experience was going into 6th grade. It's kind of different in the public school system because when I went to school, I was a Catholic school kid, and our school was kindergarten through 8th grade. So like you were in the same building or the same campus for 7, 8 years, depending on when you started. For me, I was there from 1st to 8th, but I skipped 2nd grade, so I was only at Nativity for 7 years. But it was an interesting thing because with these 6th graders, they go to elementary school from, I don't know, first through 5th grade elementary school, and they've had the same campus, or maybe 1 or 2 campuses, and then they come here to 6th grade, and they are scared beyond their wits. They have these poor little kids, and there's this one 6th grader, I swear to God, I think she's like 3.5 feet tall, she's a tiny little thing. Anyway, one of the cutest, but like kind of heartbreaking things was this girl who's being escorted by our one of our counselors, and just being guided on where to go to class and stuff like that. And right in front of my office, she stops in the middle of the hallway and just begins to cry. I'm just going, oh no! I felt so bad for this poor kid. I'm just like, what do you do? By the way, I'd like to thank my whoever brewed the 50-cup coffee, maker in the teacher's lounge and just filled it to the brim. Whoever did it, bless your heart. Whoever left the coffee made hazelnut right next to that machine, bless your heart, and may you be canonized as saint like the other person who made the coffee. Thank you. I appreciate this caffeine, hot caffeine at 12:35 in the afternoon. So that's my current situation at the moment. I'm watching students cry, and I'm upgrading computers, and I'm creating material for next week when we deploy all the equipment. I have a little bit of a leeway. The students do not get their equipment immediately. When school starts, we force them, or at least force them, to sign an agreement stating that they are responsible financially and also just morally for whatever they do on the computers here at school. So the good news is I don't have to worry about wondering where all these Chromebooks are going to float off to for at least a week, and gives me enough time to create material that I wasn't able to create because I didn't know how this new administration was going to run things. And it really sucks that I have to be pretty much at the mercy of somebody else when it comes to planning for these things. And then one of the administrators was gone for a month because of a workshop in Chicago. It's just like, it just goes down the list. So, here I am floundering and making sure everything's straight and having to deal with really dumb rules about printers. And then that's what's going on. So I'm hoping that I can make, Facebook Lives like this, daily during my lunch breaks. I mean, I can't guarantee they're going to be daily, but they are fun to do. And, it's just an opportunity to answer any questions or just talk about life in general, But yeah, school started super early for us. I mean, we're August 7th and we're already in school again. I'm going, are you kidding me? I mean, I'm hearing from LA Unified, and there's a couple other districts. They're not going to begin until like the week before Labor Day or the week after Labor Day. I'm not even sure when they start. Why are we starting so early? I have no idea. I mean, it's just the way it is. So, we'll see where this goes and just kind of go from there. So that's life. I'm still bummed though. Last Friday I had to stay here and take care of things, which actually was a good thing, because when I realized how many things were missing and weren't looked at by administration, and then I had to fix it, I'm as much as I really, really did not want to be here, I had to. And I really would have rather been at my campsites videotaping West Side Superstory. I feel horrible about that. I know that it was resolved and that they were able to get people to, videotape in my place, but it still bums me out because, like I said, it's a much happier place to be. Aside from that, that's just life in general. Not much else. I think the acoustics in here are a little better because it is a smaller classroom. The only thing, though, is the way that they built this office, and I did a Facebook Live before showing what this looked like under construction. I can't speak too loudly. I can't blast music too loudly, and hopefully, I'm not in a soundproof area. Right behind me, these walls, is the shortened PE room, and if they do any sort of warm-up exercises or anything behind me, music will blare through this wall. So I'm not in a completely silent room. I'm just lucky right now because since it's the first day of school and they're just going through rules, there's really not a lot of stuff going on. It's just all logistics and take a survey. Let me get to know you. Let me see if you're going to be that one kid that I'm going to hang upside down because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. We're just waiting for the troublemakers to come around, It's like, okay, which kids are going to try to push buttons and which ones we're going to have to tell them, hey, not a good idea. That's where we are, So that's kind of where we are at the moment. And, like I said, I'm still hoping for better things. I'm just trying to close up some loose ends and just make sure that things are going afloat, or at least enough so that they can leave me alone long enough for me to actually do things that are beneficial to, improving the school rather than just maintaining it, that kind of thing. So, yeah, that's kind of the thing going on right now. If anyone is available after hours, like after 4 or 5 p.m. and want to hang, or, you have homework to do and so do I, I'm going to be camping somewhere. I haven't decided which Panera or Starbucks I decided to camp out at today, but I will be at something, doing something to finish something. So, any comments, questions, like usual, leave them in the comments down there. And I think things are going to be okay today. I feel rushed sometimes and kind of not as calm as I usually am, but it's just what comes with the territory out here. And this ongoing, like, last month has been just, it's I actually commented at one point that it was probably the worst month that I've had working in the school since my last semester at Miguel Contreras back in 2009. It was a very stressful time. I'm very fortunate that this time around I don't have a principal screaming at me or losing his marbles in front of me. This person actually seems kind of sane, which is I don't know if I should be happy about that or I should be scared. But I guess we'll figure it out from there and hope that I won't have to write up anything and send it to HR. Let's just hope that things improve. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to sign off, have a few more chips. I hope to talk to you guys soon, and stay sane, stay alive. Go ride a motorcycle. Eleanor is in the parking lot right now, and she's chilling today like she always has, and at least car, I'm good with that. So I will sign off. I will talk to you all later, and stay cool.